Well, I'm back in Miami. It's the beginning of 2026. We are here on early January, to see what's going on behind this fence at Miami Freedom Park. We know that the stadium has to open in April. How far they've gotten, we're gonna take a walk around, take a look around, peek through the fence as best we can to see what we can. I do know there are some changes since the last time we were out here. Let's go check out Inter Miami's Messi's new home for 2026. All right, we are peering through the fence. We are here on a Saturday, and there are people working. Let's zoom in and see what we can see. I can see a couple guys right up here doing some work. Let's zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna walk around too. But you can see this blue stuff going on over there. They are beginning to put the rooftop on this stadium. The early stages of the roof are going up, and you could see it overhanging a little bit on this side over here to the right. You can see parts of it overhanging, and you've got guys over there working. We got big cranes all around. A lot happening here on a Saturday. Check it out. Flattening out all this gravel here. This gravel here looks better. And actually, do I see the beginning of some paved roads? Let's go check that out. However, before we go look at the paved roads, look at this. I haven't seen this here before. This structure that I don't recall before when I was here last, that seems to be pretty new. We'll have to look exactly at the renderings to see what the intent is for that, but I have an idea. I think this was the building at one time was kind of a cool shape, a little more angled and circular in some ways, and now it's more of just a square box. Some changes as time went by. I think that's the same building, but again, here up here, you can see that overhang of the roof. All right, moving around the stadium, a little bit different than what we've done in the past, going a different way around, peeking in through this road. No, can't go beyond this. We get a nice view. One thing I noticed here, look, they already have an Inter Miami logo. Already have an Inter Miami logo on the structure somehow. I'm surprised to see it like printed on or painted or whatever it is, a decal. Kind of surprised to see it already on the building. Maybe they're testing it or whatever, but it just shows you they're getting there. You can also see all this purple around. That's like your weather stripping or something like that. You guys can let us know in the comments below if you have better information on all that, but I think that's what it is. It's the kind of stuff that is underneath, for weather stripping. And sometimes it's yellow, this time it's purple. I think I've seen green on this building, but yeah, there's a logo. Look at that. All right, just to give you an idea of kind of where I am here, that's the 953. I don't know the roads around here that are going in there. And the stadium is way over there. So this is the area, I believe, over here, is kind of a park area potentially. But there are some, and also back here in this corner is the parking structure, which looks for the most part, done. But I also see a new box coming up right here. We've got a new facility of some sort. It's just a box here on the corner. I'm not sure what this will be. We'll have to look at some of the plans and the renderings to kind of get an idea, but it's right here on this corner. Let me know what you think that is. It's got a couple of circles cut out for, effect. Some like stair-stepping design work here on the side. Early stages, still being propped up. kind of those prefabricated walls. They just move in and prop up, and you got a building in like days. But it's so interesting to see the movement that's happening. It's a rapid pace right now. It's really, really moving on. And it has to be, obviously. It has to really get moving. Here is another view of the same building. I just moved to a slightly different angle. So they've got 3 walls up so far. Big cranes there to do whatever they need to do. Stryker substation. What's that? What Stryker? We got the Fort Lauderdale Strikers here? Are they coming back? All right, we've moved down the road and we've got a different angle. Again, you can see all the blue tarps, or I call it a tarp, I don't know what it is. It looks like a netting. There you go, they're pulling it up. They're moving it or something. There's some netting there as they're putting on the roof, probably to catch anything that falls while they're putting on the roof. But as you can see, they are working. And big movement here on this building, which is the city building. A lot going on here. Last time I see, now the last few times Ed has done these videos. So the last time I was here, there was nothing. It was just cleared. They're going vertical on this Miami City building, which will be right next to the stadium. But again, if we go and look inside the stadium here, you can see these white rafters. My understanding is that is lighting that's going in. That's kind of like sits, or no, that actually might be the ending of where they attach the roof to. I think that's what that is. Kind of hard to tell from this angle, but with my naked eye, it seems to be it's set further out. It's either lighting, well, it could be lighting and also kind of the end of where the roof goes, where the overhang is going to be. Maybe around that area, there'll be some lighting for the stadium. A lot going on today. And this is what that building will look like here at Miami Freedom Park. So this is not a city building construction video, but it is sitting on this land of Miami Freedom Park. So there is a lot going on over here for this city building. What is this city building gonna house? Is this gonna be City Hall? I don't know. I don't live in Miami. You know, I'm reviewing this kind of map here of the stadium on this banner on the side of the road. I'm just trying to figure out what that building was that we're seeing getting constructed. Because like I said, we were walking over here by the park area, which is just dirt right now, but there's a lot of trucks moving, stuff like that. Then I believe this is kind of where we were standing just a few minutes ago. And maybe this right here is that building that I saw with 3 walls up, maybe? Because there's the parking structure. Now obviously some of the plans may have changed since this rendering was created. And of course there's the stadium. And this is what I was talking about where I was saying there's some lighting on the end of the canopy. All right, so that might be what we were looking at, maybe. But you know, there's gonna be a lot of restaurants and things like that. So I'm just trying to get my bearings as to what I was looking at. And I think it could have been this building, maybe? What are your thoughts? Got some Miami Hurricane fans here. They just won. This is the end of that city building right here. We were just on the other side. It is a large city building. And as we kind of stand here in this entrance on the sidewalk, you could see workers up here, walking around up here, doing their thing. There's a guy right here. When you see how small the guy is, it just gives you a perspective of how big this building is. It's impressive. All right, we're here on our little bridge to get a nice little unimpeded view. Just trying to get every angle we can, see what we can see. If there's anything that jumps out, unique and different, Something I just keep focusing on is this overhang right here. That's the beginnings of the roofing. We were told that the roof would be going up this month. How soon after the roof goes up do the seats go in? Wonder. Get a nice close-up view of some of the work going on over there. What are these guys doing? Just hanging out? Lunch break? Maybe? Okay, now we're at this corner where there's the Sheraton, which is going to become very popular until these hotels are built. And we've got these buildings that are moving along, getting further along here. For the entrance to that, this would be, I guess, one of the entrances in the stadium, potentially. We've got our usual dinosaurs just hanging out. What we got? Wow, a lot. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dinosaurs. This is the cool one. Look at this guy. That guy's cool. All right, we've climbed a lot of stairs. We're up pretty high. We're over on the rental. Get a different view, rental garage of the stadium. Something I noticed on Ed's last video. Let's check this out. They've already got the glass installed right here on this side of the building. One of the entrances or one of the areas, probably for the fancier folks since it's glassed. But that's coming along nicely. It's got that green weather stripping, some yellow stuff going on too that has yet to be painted. Metro mover going in front. Get on the Metro mover, you might get a nice view too. So I think this is our last angle we're gonna show today. Like over here, you see that big old parking garage. And then way over there, that's that building I was questioning. Maybe it's a restaurant, I'm not sure, judging by the images that we were looking at. But that's it. As I'm walking back around, putting in my like 3 miles worth of walk, I noticed I forgot to show this. Those are the stairs up into the stadium. So I have to climb like 2 kind of flights of stairs to climb up inside the stadium. There's several of these around the building. So once you are up, you know, you're already above the field. Once you get into the stadium, you're already kind of looking down, I guess, into the stadium, which is really, really cool. I'm sure there will be access points for people in wheelchairs and things like that, but for most of us, we'll be climbing stairs like this at some corner of the stadium. As I walk back to my car, walking around the stadium, again, man, I walked like, I think over 3 miles. I have to look at my watch. Walked a lot today. But if you made it this far in the video, I just want to thank you. Thanks for watching, being part of this channel. It's been a really good 2025. We had a really good year last year. And look, this year's just going to be better. So we're going to have this beautiful stadium. It's right over here. It will be open. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos and actually get some, sneak peeks, like this video will go up early for our members. So why don't you click that join button and do a little extra support for the channel, and we could do more of these kind of videos, maybe even traveling to away games and things like that with your support. So just click that join button for that little extra support. And if you can't do that, I get it. Click the like button, share, click that bell, do all that stuff, because watching really helps as well. So what do you think? What do you think about the stadium? They have to be ready for their first game April 4th. I know I see in the comments from time to time people saying they're not going to make it. They're going to make it. Based on what I remember watching when they were building Chase Stadium, formerly Lockhart in Fort Lauderdale, from this point on, it went fast. It really went fast to get that canopy up, to get the seats in. Look, we already saw, if you follow anybody, the team on Twitter and things like that, you would have seen the grass guy, Mac Buderek, I think is his name, showing some photos that they've already got here, these like lighting rigs, laser type lighting rigs or whatever to grow grass. So they got some high-tech equipment already here to start growing grass. So now it may be, you know, on that first game, we may see some unfinished things. I wonder, maybe, possibly, but it'll be open. I'm confident. I am confident. Are you confident that this will be open? I ask that question every video because it's hanging over our heads, you know, whether or not they'll be done. So I think they'll do it. Let me know your comments in below. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click that join button. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.